Hi, this is Cindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to save £1,500 a year by doing your own nails. And it's a very simple process, and by doing so you can save up quite a lot of money over the year, and then you can perhaps save that towards something else and then to treat yourself for Christmas. Before I start, please subscribe to my channel if you like what I've been doing or with the videos that I've uploaded onto my channel. I try to share the tips and tricks that I've collected over the years to share this with you, and hopefully that would resonate with you, and then you can adapt that into your own life. By painting your nails, I see it as this is a me time. I usually do this before bed once everyone is gone to bed, and I'm just here allocating about an hour for myself before bed and then get my nails done. Therefore, there's no one disturbing me, and then the nails get dried properly, doesn't get smudged. And also I can use this hour listening to my favorite podcasts, or even listening to books, or just listening to music. So it's a very, very good time that's spent alone, and then recuperate. Plus at the end of, and then I have really beautifully painted nails. Plus I save loads of money, and with the money that I've saved by doing my own nails, and then I perhaps can treat myself with a very nice luxury item for Christmas. Let's just do a simple math. There are 52 weeks in a year. Every year, let's say we will do a manicure a week for 45 weeks of the year. Let's say each manicure costs £40, and then that's £1,800. If you think about it, that's quite a lot of money, because if you just spent that £40 every week, it doesn't seem to be a big hit. However, if those money is being saved, and then it becomes quite a decent figure that could be used towards for something really decent, and then you can buy up the item that you wanted. For example, that would be more than enough to buy an Alma bag. The process is pretty simple and very straightforward, and the products are used, everything is in front of me. So there's a base coat to protect the nail bed, and then a nail polish, and then a second nail polish just put over it to give a nail design. You have seen my shorts last week. There was a design that I've done. It's very simple. I'll show you how I paint it later. And then this is a top coat, gives a lovely shine and seals the varnish in, so it can last for a week. And then it's a nail file, and then a cuticle remover, and a cuticle clipper, and then is a cuticle remover gel, and then there's some cotton pads, and then there's some water to soak the nails. The steps are very simple, and to begin with, I'm going to get this out of the way. So to begin with, I'm just going to quickly file the nails, because I prefer my nails are short and with a square tip. I'm not a pointed long nail person, so I like my nails short, because when I do work and the nails getting too long, and I find them very difficult to type on the keyboard, so I tend to keep my nails short. I always prefer my nails to be shorter anyway. So just dig into the corners, and then the shape just roughly is done. Once the shape is set, and then I'm going to apply this cuticle remover onto the cuticle, just around the edge of the cuticle, and apply one hand first because you do it yourself. Then just do this one hand first, and then do the other hand. Make sure they cover the cuticles, because we can just push the cuticles back and tidy it up, because if the cuticles are not a nice clean edge, they're not, the polish is not onto it nicely. And once the cuticles are on, and now I'm going to soak my left hand first, because by soaking the fingers and nails, it softens it up with the help of the cuticle remover. So it doesn't really need to be soaked for very long, and then maybe for a couple of minutes. Once they're out, just use a cotton pad, and then just use the larger side of the cuticle knife, and then just basically go around the edges, and then just push it down slightly. And then if there's any cuticles or grown skin or residue, and the cuticle knife can be pushed out of the way. Make sure that the nail bed is nice and clean, so therefore when the polish goes onto it, it sticks onto it better. So that's one nail done. Just wipe that off onto the cotton pad, and then just gradually just going over the nails one by one. Be careful, don't do this. Make sure that the cuticle knife have a flatter angle, so you can see the residues on the cuticle knife. It's very quick. The whole process doesn't take very long, no more than half an hour. But sometimes if you want to start doing this yourself at the beginning, it might take a little bit longer. But just be patient and eventually you get it done. I think it's better to wet the cotton wool. Just wipe the cuticle remover off the nails. Then maybe have another cotton wool. Just give another wipe. And then we soak this first. And then we do the same process, repeat the same process again. You can see there's quite a bit of dead skin being pushed down onto the nail bed. You can see, because if these are not cleared away, that's when the corners, the polish get lifted and then they start to peel. So always make sure to prepare the nail bed properly. It's a bit of time, but this is really good. It's very important to get the nail prepared properly. I know when you go to the nail technician, someone else does your nails, is a so-called treat. But as me, even before COVID, I started putting my own nails when lockdown started, because you can't really go out. I still want to have my nails painted, so I just bought loads of polish, started doing myself. And since I haven't been really gone to the nail salon to get my nails done, so I've always been painting it myself. And I found I don't need to go out of the house. I can do this at the end of the day. So I find it is such a relaxing time to get the nails done, and then I always have the colors I wanted. So yeah, it is a great way, saving money too. You can see now the nails are being semi-cleaned, tidied. You just dry this. So get this dried out, and then you can see if the nail around the cuticles have some rough edges. And then next, I just use this cuticle clipper just to get the rough skin off it. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to do this, but I just prefer that the cuticles are nice and tidy and clean. I always just prefer to cut a little bit of the cuticle and to create a nice and tidy edge. So when the polish goes onto the nails, it just looks nice and neat. I'm a freak about being neat. Just go like very close to even get my nails done by a professional nail technician. The number of times that they cut my cuticle with this clipper thing, it really annoys me. I'm thinking, you are the professional, you should be more careful, you know? Not nipping my nail, but make me have bleeding, which is really bad. And also the nail salon experience, I never really enjoy it, because one, the smell is very overpowering with all the chemicals in there, and it's very dusty when they started to file the nails with especially when you go to certain salons, they drill them and there's dust everywhere. So it's always quite noisy, and it just I don't really like that. When I started to do this first, my hands weren't very sturdy, but after a while, and then you just get used to it, becomes easier. Then just nip the other hand. That one doesn't really require to be nipped. Then like this one, this fluffy bit, just get them nipped off, because otherwise end result is not going to be very pretty. Small nail, last nail. My nails haven't been in a great condition, because I think it's part of the menopause that my hair and my nails suffered quite a lot. I don't know why. My skin on the face has been quite good so far, but the nails can be quite dry and flaky. Maybe partly because I paint my nails, but partly it's because I think I might be deficient in something. Not sure why this calcium or what, but I do take multivitamin. It doesn't seem to make any difference. So you can see the nails are now quite tidy. And then I just go over one more time with the nail shape, just to check if the shapes are good, especially the corners. Let's see if there's something can come out of the corners. And then just next step, just buffing the nail bed, this bit, just go that over, just buff any flakes on the nail surface. Make it a nice flat surface. Yeah, so that's it. So the nails are now prepared. We're ready to paint. Let me show you how to paint the nails. So first of all, we're going to have the base coat. Just get plenty on the brush and then just goes over it, then just do it. Make sure the nails are covered from the cuticles to the tip, because the tip is very important. Sometimes I put a little bit more over, because if the base coat is not covered, that bit is tend to lift and then to chip. So, and then the small nail, just one stroke, that's it. So you can see I'm getting quite sturdy with my hands. So the other side with the base coat, don't worry about it whether it's smooth or not. You can just keep brushing it, make sure that the whole nail bed is covered with base coat. So therefore you apply the colour, it's going to stick. You see it's quite nice and shiny. So that's the base coat. We only need one coat of the base coat. So next we move on to this colour. What is it called? It's called Saint-Tropez. Is it called? Or Saint-Tropez. Saint-Tropez. I often, before I apply the nail polish, I tend to just give a quick shake. Sometimes they separate, but this bottle is quite new, but I still prefer to shake it because there's a metal ball inside, and just get a shake to get an even color. And this is all my polishes are mainly from Essie, and I have some red polishes from designer brands, but when I paint them I'll let you know. Oh, actually they're here. So I have this Hermes red. I love this color. I'll use this quite a lot in the winter. And also a different shade of red from Chanel. I love this red as well, but you can see you put them next to each other, they're slightly different. And also I have another red from Essie, so you can see that all the red are different shade of red. I'm a freak for red nail polish. And also I have some darker colors like a grey and a black. Oh, I also have a little H&M little blue color for the summer. And I have loads of different shades of pale grey, beige, so I love neutral nails. And also pale pink, and also there's a blank just white. I love white nail polish. I've been having that white nail polish for probably 10 years. I just love it. It looks nice and clean. So today I'm going to use this one. So I usually paint 2 coats of the color polish. So I'm just going to apply the first coat. So for the first coat, basically just start from the middle, just turn the nail, and then make sure that it's covered evenly. So that's the first nail, and then we're just gradually moving down, and then at the index fingernail. That's it. Because we're going to paint 2 coats, so the first coat is not that perfect, so it's fine. We can always adjust it with the second coat. So that's the middle finger, and that's the ring finger. So if you have something there, and then don't worry, just use the nail and then clip it and then wipe it off. So that's it. For the small finger, don't have too much polish on it because it's only tiny. For the first coat, the thinner the better. It will stick better. If it's too thick, one, it takes longer to dry. Secondly, it's just not very pretty because you're going to paint another layer, another coat. If the first coat is too thick, ended up having this like bulky nail finish. It doesn't look very attractive. That's that. And then this is the middle finger. It's a lot of patience required, but once it's done, it's really quite good. So the last little finger, So you can see the first coat is on and it's quite pale. Now I'm going to repeat the same process and put the second coat on. So I need to be steady myself. And if there's too much, just wipe it off. I always love Essie nail polish. I find that the colors are very modern and the polish do last for a week. Sometimes, if I do not do much cooking, it could last up to 10 days. So it's really, really good. And I'll tell you a secret later once I paint the final coat, which is the top coat. That's it. So that you can see it's not that slow. So that's that. And that's enough polish to cover the little finger. So the two coats are done. See, the two coats are done. Pretty simple. And then I'm going to do a little bit of sparkle over the polish, the two coats, and I'll show you what I do to them. So again, I'm going to give a shake. Make sure that the sparkles are evenly distributed into the polish. And then I'm going to do the tip only today. So that's it. So it's just so simple. And then it doesn't matter if you make a little bit of mistake, or it doesn't really matter that much at all. It's like sparkled tip for French, and all you can just maybe last time when I did from the cuticle onwards, I did half, so I can do the middle finger that way. So you can see the different so-called designs. Just adds a little bit of fun to it, because you paint it yourself. If you don't like it, it doesn't really matter, and then just do it again next time. Change the design and do it again. So you can see I have a few. So these three having the around the cuticles, these two are over the tip, and so this one maybe I'll go over the cuticles, do a half. Actually, I think, if they're not even, it's nicer. Don't have too much. Just do this as if they're just being, and then I'll maybe do slightly a little bit less, and then just tiny little bit, and then like on the tip, maybe I'll do this one on the tip as well, and then that one around the cuticles. That's it. Or maybe you can do it diagonally and then do it the other way diagonally. So it's just do it yourself, because with the sparkle over it, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be precise. I found it being precise doesn't really make that much of a difference. You just want to create that illusion, with nails having a little bit of sparkle. So the next, I'm going to put this top coat over. This top coat is from the gel range. I found that this top coat is the secret weapon because it gives a high shine, and also it seals the nails. My nails rarely chap or cheap the polish, so this is so good. I've been loving this so much, and I've been recommending this to everyone. So you just get a decent amount and just basically just go over the nails and just make sure you seal it, because this is a clear polish, and it even goes onto the cuticle, onto the side of the nail. It doesn't really matter. It will peel off anyway. The rest will stay onto the nails, but if anything goes onto the skin, it will just peel off. So you can see, just very simple. That's it. Just one stroke. Maybe make sure it covers. And then for the small nail, just like that's it. So that's one hand done. And then the other hand. So that's all done. Actually, I made it. I chipped a little bit. Doesn't matter. I just use this charcoal to repair it, cover it up. So yeah, that's it. Disguised. So now, yeah, all done. The nails are shiny. And then how can I show it to you? Is it all done? Maybe on the tissue, so on the table. And then I'm just sitting here, wait for it to dry, because The top coat makes these nails dry quite quickly, and it shouldn't really need more than half an hour. And sometimes at this stage I just go to bed, sit in bed and read a little bit and then go to sleep. So the next morning I wake up, my nails just look lovely and fresh and all dried up properly. So that's it, you can see, so simple. Again, by doing this yourself, there's not only that, you can have your own me time in the evening and sort of quite relax and chill, or you can do this with a glass of wine if you want to, and just again listen to your favorite podcast or listen to your favorite audiobook, and or just do all sorts of things, just listen to some chilled music, and or maybe just sit in silence. And it's always nice to have some time just to yourself, and then at the end of it you can have some beautiful nails. And because the polish are really reasonable, because they always, I got this from Boots, which is the English pharmacy store. They have all sorts of different cosmetics and drugs and medications and everything, all sorts of toiletries. So I usually get this when they do deals like 3 for 2. So I usually pick up 3 and then I only pay for 2. So usually I think this is about £8 or £9. So you get 2 and you only pay for let's say £18. In the end it's only £6 each if you get 3 for 2. And this top coat is slightly a little bit more expensive. I think it's £10.99, but however, with this bottle, I mean this top coat or this polish, this is going to last forever. So even though it looks like, oh my god, you've got so many polishes, like, you know, in your drawer, in my box you can see there's quite a lot. But the thing is, these polishes, they're not costing me that much money, especially when I buy them like 3 for 2. And by doing this for a whole year, you can save up yourself a Louis Vuitton Alma bag, or maybe a Vuitton chain of some sort, or Saint Laurent bag, or just loads of bags you can choose from, because it's almost like £2,000. Because when you go for nails, I normally leave the nail technician a tip, so it's not only just spend £40, but if you really want to get other fancy stuff, for example gelled nails and things like that, it gets even more expensive. But the gel nails tend to be more expensive. You have to get them maintained, removed, and so it's just like too much. So that's why I always been prefer to do this myself, just straight polish and with very basic and simple design, just with some sparkle, and then that's it. Or sometimes I paint my ring finger with a different coloured polish, just give myself a little bit of variation. But yeah, still is quite good, and I've been enjoying this, and I find it is quite therapeutic. And so I hope you enjoyed my little so-called tutorial, or that I shared my way of painting my own nails. And I hope you can do this yourself as well, or start to think of doing it, and because I totally recommend it. And I hope you liked today's video, and please give me a thumb up and like my video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll try to do more of these how-to videos in the future. So thank you for tuning in and watching and spending time with me, and I see you in my next video. Bye, good night. Bye.